watching WKYT News at noon.
Welcome back to WKYT News. We're approaching 12:30. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. Lexington Mayor Jim Gray has made it official. Filing as a Democrat, he'll challenge for the U.S. Senate seat currently held by Republican Rand Paul.
WKYT's Sean Moody is in Frankfort. He's joining us now with our top story at 12:30. Sean?
People had been wondering for weeks whether or not Lexington Mayor Jim Gray would run for that Senate seat. Shortly after 10 o'clock this morning, we all got the answer. Gray filed to run about 10:15 here at the Secretary of State's office. He spoke briefly to reporters before leaving the Capitol, saying that he was running to restore the American dream for families across Kentucky. He said he's proven himself through hard work in the construction industry and then as mayor of Lexington. In the 5 years he's been in office, he talked about reducing unemployment and turning deficits into surpluses. He says that qualifies him to take that Senate seat.
The American dream is slipping away. And unfortunately, Washington is part of the problem. Washington is broken. They spend a whole lot more time in Washington fighting than they do fixing things.
Not long ago, a campaign advisor for Senator Rand Paul issued a statement. He did not mention any of the Democratic candidates by name, but said he hoped voters would remember Senator Paul's fight to balance the budget, as well as his opposition to the Affordable Care Act and what he called the president's war on coal. He also said that Paul has returned more than $2 million of his office budget back to Kentucky taxpayers. In Frankfort, Sean Moody, WKYT.
All right, Sean, thank you. Several other people have filed to run as the Democratic nominee for the Senate as well. Among the candidates, Jeff Kinder, Ron Leach, Tom Reckenwald, Grant T. Short, and James R. Gould. Representatives with LexArts will be keeping a close eye on Governor Matt Bevin's budget address tonight. The Kentucky Arts Council disperses several $1 million in funding throughout the state. One of its recipients, LexArts, is worried that Governor Bevin's budget will not include funding for them.
The budget is cut for the arts here in Kentucky. It will hurt not only arts organizations, but lots and lots of individual artists who work for those organizations, who work through those organizations, and it will hurt the citizens of Kentucky because what the Arts Council does to keep awareness of the arts high will fade.
The governor already is calling for the state to generate more money to fix the shortfalls in public retirement systems, but he says he has no plans to raise taxes.
Well, the snow is disappearing across the Commonwealth, but in some areas, digging out is still a real challenge. WKYT's Mike Byer is in Rockcastle County and joins us now with an update.
It's been days since the recent snowstorm in Rockcastle County, but road crews are still working around the clock, not only plowing roads that remain uncovered, but also trying to widen ones like these.
We've had a tough time. We if it had been 8-10 inches, would have been no problem at all whatsoever to have handled it, but it's terrible.
Road Supervisor Coy Cromer says it's been a tough stretch of days for Rockcastle County road crews. Cromer says as of now, they have about 90% of the roads clear. So far, the county has used 250 tons of salt, but Cromer expects that number to climb higher, as he says they still have some work to do. Now, the county doesn't use your typical truck to plow the 500 lane miles of roads, but uses 6 pickup trucks, which can make things difficult. As a matter of fact, Cromer says one of the pickup trucks got stuck this morning while out plowing.
County Judge Doug Bishop, he tells me that we're going to get some bigger trucks and be ready, more equipped for this type catastrophe in the future.
Now, Cromer tells me he's hoping to have all the roads in the county back to normal by Thursday. However, he says it will be challenging due to the fact that some of the roads are gravel, while other ones are very steep, making it even dangerous for plows to be on. In Rockcastle County, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you. And schools in the county once again were closed today. Officials say classes will resume once all school bus routes are okay to travel.
It's been a challenge, certainly.
Yes, it has. And
yeah.
Micah has told us that the warmer temperatures would rain and melt some of the snow.
And it's been going on, but as we just saw, some areas of the state still facing some serious weather-related challenges. And we want to check in right now with him for the latest. Micah.
Yeah, you know, I've had the question about what if the snow melts all at once? Are we going to be looking at any flooding situation? Absolutely not. So what we're going to be dealing with the rest of the day, just pretty soggy conditions down in the mountainous regions. But for the rest of us, yeah, it's just cloudy skies. I mean, this is going to be, look, whether you're seeing the rain or not, this is going to be the look the rest of the day, so don't expect a lot of sunshine outside. And these temperatures, even though they're much colder than what we saw this morning and yesterday afternoon, they're in the 30s at this moment, we're still looking at above freezing. So that's helping us out big time. And even though you guys down southeast are still in the 40s, wait for that front to push through the next 2 to 3 hours. You'll start to feel what everybody else is feeling to the north and the west of you guys. So we get into the rest of the afternoon. The roadways look pretty good. Not really sloppy conditions anywhere around here in Lexington as we finished off a lot of that rain early on this morning. But things are looking pretty decent in the next few days. And we'll actually get those temperatures way up there late in the work week, off into your weekend. I'll show you how high coming up in a few minutes.
Micah, thank you. We'll see you then. Investigators have not located an elderly couple who lived in a home that caught on fire overnight. Firefighters say the vehicles belonging to the couple were outside the home in the Farrells Creek community of Pike County, but they did not find the couple. Firefighters spent several hours working to get the fire under control, and that kept them from being able to get inside the home to search. US 460 was shut down for several hours, but police reopened one lane about an hour ago. The head of Ohio's EPA is now calling for a criminal investigation after the operator of a water treatment plant in northeast Ohio failed to notify the public that they may be drinking dangerous water.
Officials say dangerous levels of lead and copper were found in 7 of 20 older homes during tests dating back to last summer. But it wasn't until last week that city officials issued a public notice warning children and pregnant women not to drink the water.
We also recognize that our district office was probably too patient with the village as they were working with them to get the proper notification out.
Griesmer has suspended the town's water plant manager from working at the treatment plant, saying he submitted, quote, misleading, inaccurate, or false reports.
A Lexington man is back home after making the drive up to Flint, Michigan. Local rapper Divine Karama spearheaded a campaign to collect water to deliver to Flint. Yesterday, he drove a U-Haul filled with 500 cases of water up to Michigan. He dropped it off to families in need, and he made it back into town about 4 o'clock this morning. A quick up and back for a good cause. Well, Kentucky fans have the chance to help the Wildcats beat the Florida Gators in a different type of competition.
The 8th annual Big Blue Slam is underway. The competition encourages both Kentucky fans and Florida fans to donate blood. Now, after the first day, Gator fans have the lead, 279 to 235. Any Kentucky fans who donate this week will get Slam T-shirts, also a chance to win tickets to the 2016 NCAA men's basketball tournament.
All right, come on, Kentucky, and certainly a very important cause. The weather here of late has not helped at all with the situation they already had.
That's right, and they have some nice incentives for you to do a good thing.
Well, coming up, new research into the question about heart disease and women.
Scientists believe it's underdiagnosed and undertreated. That story and more on the way.
I have a game that I play. Crack your window and let your man crawl through the window like a burglar.
There's no crime in loving the talk.
The only problem is sometimes the men take it too far and start stealing stuff.
Today, from her crime drama, Regina King, The Talk
on CBS.
I was scared to go back to the dentist because I hadn't been in for a while. But they cut me some slack when they saw all this plaque, and they didn't make fun of my smile. I don't have insurance, but they didn't mind, which I thought was a setup for robbing me blind. But I financed my teeth, this toothpaste was free, and the numbing stuff really worked wonders on me.
No insurance? With a free new patient exam and x-rays, plus extended financing available, dentistry's never been easier. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
Today, people will leave for work, school, or just to have fun. Before the day is over, an accident will change their lives forever. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For almost 30 years, we've represented families at their time of need. Our job is to try and put lives back together, to bring justice. Pain and suffering, lost wages, medical bills are real. Sometimes these injuries can last a lifetime. A lifetime is a long time. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Now that we've added adjustable base, I can sit up without propping pillows up or having to just everything move around.
You don't have to do anything. It does everything for you.
You can read a book or watch your movies, get your taxes done, whatever. It's kind of perfect.
Change your sleep. Change your life. Change to Tempur-Pedic. Sleep Outfitters offers 0% financing on every Tempur-Pedic every day at every location. Find your nearest location at sleepoutfitters.com.
Nursing home abuse happens daily. Loved ones need protection. If you or someone you love has experienced nursing home abuse, call 800-800-4600.
Up to now, affording a beautiful smile has been, well, sketchy. Doctors Durbin, Walks, and Garner are offering no down payment and only $175 for 24 months on orthodontic treatment. Now that's something to smile about. Learn more at clearchoicesmile.com.
The Nighthawk Special, only $13.99 this week at Columbia Steakhouse.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on 104.5 The Cat. Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
That front still holding tight down toward the southeast and the mountainous regions. It's not going to move that much for the next couple of hours. I would say about 3 or 4 p.m. That's when you start to see that rain kind of push on out. But that's where we're going to hold it on, as down toward the far southeastern zone. So not much movement out of this. You can expect about a ½ inch of rain right along Highway 119 and also make your way back toward 25 east and west. If you're going down 75 over the Jellicoe Mountain from Williamsburg, heading down south into Tennessee, it's going to be a wet go at it up and down the mountain. Mountain Parkway, speaking of mountain, there you go, 38 degrees. Beautiful, beautiful look out of the Mountain Parkway. Is that snow still not melted in that region, which we picked up a lot of snow in that area, close to 19 inches of snow right there. Lexington, though, yeah, a lot of melting went on yesterday, last night, and early this morning with those temperatures in the 40s. It actually felt really nice this morning. However, yeah, we're going to continue to see that cooler air filter on in the rest of the afternoon. You'll need a light coat before you take off outside. Mainly just cloudy skies. I'm not really seeing many issues whatsoever. But maybe even some flurries later on this evening. Is that going to cause a problem? Absolutely not. They're flurries. They never hurt anybody. 32 degrees there by 8 p.m. Let's talk about your day tomorrow and off through the next few days. Your day tomorrow, you could have some morning flurries and then 32 by the afternoon. Now, 32 is your coldest temperature in your 7-day forecast. That means we're going to go up from there on out. Dry Thursday, possible few flakes or few flurries there on Friday. Still no big issues. And no winter storm on the way. I've been asked that several times the past couple of days. Do we have any on the horizon? Are we watching for any? No, I'm not seeing any. 30s and 40s for highs once we hit Thursday and Friday, and then the weekend. Boy, the weekend is really the big story once we get past midweek. I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful for the weekend, and it feels great too. So any plans you got going on the next several days, pretty much we're going to be dry. Yeah, you could have a couple of flurries here and there Wednesday and Thursday, but pretty much dry conditions. We head off toward the weekend. I think the weekend is something that people can get excited about. The past few weekends have not been nice, especially the last weekend.
You're telling us.
Well, we had several inches of snow, but this weekend it'll be extremely nice getting things out the door.
Don't have to have a long memory to recall that one, right?
You don't. You're right.
Thank you, Mike. There is a new warning about teenagers using e-cigarettes and why breast cancer patients may be at greater risk for some common illnesses.
Kenneth Craig has details in this Better Living report.
Breast cancer survivors may be more vulnerable to common viruses and bacterial infections. Researchers in England found that chemotherapy weakens the immune system of breast cancer patients for at least 9 months after treatment. When it comes to treating heart disease, doctors may be providing better care for men than for women. The American Heart Association says heart disease in women remains both underdiagnosed and undertreated, especially for African Americans. The group says women's heart attacks may have different causes and symptoms than men's. And a new study is fueling the debate over e-cigarettes. Researchers looked at the smoking habits of teenagers in Hawaii. They found that those who vaped were nearly 3 times more likely to start smoking regular cigarettes a year later. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
Well, calling all veterans, the American Legion is holding a health fair that's going to be held in Lexington this weekend.
That's next here on WKYT.
Medical-related emergencies are on the rise. More seniors are seeking an independent lifestyle and better quality of life. 1 in 3 people over the age of 64 will fall this year. Nearly half will not be able to get up without support. Medical expenses can escalate when a person is not given timely emergency support. You can prevent a medical catastrophe. Our solution is highly recommended by doctors, healthcare professionals, and hospitals. As your local medical alert system provider, we are offering a free equipment package to seniors or their loved ones who call now. The system is easy to use. It is portable and can travel with you. It detects falls automatically. Order now and receive a free waterproof necklace pendant or wristband with a medical emergency button. Plus, get free shipping. Monitoring starts at less than $1 a day. Give yourself or a loved one peace of mind. The next 20 orders will receive the Medical Alert Equipment Package free of charge. Plus, receive a waterproof necklace pendant or wristband with a medical emergency button free of charge. Call now, toll free, 1-877-299-5602 and mention the offer code CBS1 to get free shipping. That's toll free, 1-877-299-5602, offer code CBS1. Again, that's toll free, 1-877-299-5602. We have medical alert professionals standing by to take your call.
Excuse me, Mr. Jones? Hi.
Already?
You booked an appointment.
I just started cooking.
We at Time Warner Cable need to apologize to you.
I haven't even started to bronze yet.
We no longer give you an excuse to work all day perfecting your tan.
Starting to even it out.
We're making a bunch of changes at Time Warner Cable, including 1-hour arrival windows. We'll also tell you how long our visit will take before your appointment starts.
Hi. You need a better car.
It's my credit.
Don't worry, because when you need to make a move, Drive Time approves.
Were you guys always this cool?
Hey. Oh, hi. Yeah, totally.
Save yourself. Get approved at Drive Time first. Call, click, or visit.
Good to have you along here on WKYT. If you are a veteran, you'll want to know about this. The American Legion is holding a Veterans Health Fair. It's coming up in Lexington this Saturday.
We're joined now by Robert Dalton with the American Legion to learn more about it. Thank you very much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you coming. You were telling us that you have entered the service before you were out of high school, so as a very young man.
A delayed entry program.
Yeah. What is the Veterans Health Fair that is coming up?
Well, we're trying to get the word out to the veterans in our community to help them more. I'm with the American Legion Post 341 on Leestown Road. We're there in the Meadowthorpe Shopping Center across from the VFW and there by Chase Bank. And there's a couple different things that we're going to be doing with it. First thing is we're trying to get membership. When people think about the American Legion or VFW or other service organizations, they think about older people. You know, that's the only people that are there. But we're also wanting to let the younger veterans that have recently separated, you know, that we're available also for them too. Because with the people that have gone through Afghanistan and Iraq wars, I mean, there's a lot of things that happen there with the PTSD, the things they've seen, the things they've experienced that non-veterans don't understand. Yeah. And so we try and provide a conduit, a way to be able to sit there and talk with them about, you know, the other people who've gone through the same thing. But the health fair, we're going to be doing a membership drive on Saturday. We're going to be contacting different veterans in the community, those that have been previously American Legion members, and we also want to bring in new members also, because American Legion has a lot of wonderful programs that we provide to the community.
Tell us about some of those programs.
We have baseball that a lot of our posts promote and support. Post 8 over by off of Nicholasville Road, they have supported a baseball team in the past. Presently, we've got an oratorical contest going on for high school students and there's different levels of it. There's the local level with the post, we have a district level, then state, and then they can go on to national, and they can get scholarships for college at each of those different levels. We have at the national level, the National Emergency Fund, which provides funds for veterans that have been affected by emergencies going on, such as like the snowstorm that hit, or Katrina, or Sandy, all of that.
Yeah, well, so good to know that there is so much outreach. Now, this Veterans Health Fair is going to be on Saturday from 9 to 3 at the American Legion Post 341, and that's on Leestown Road. And do people, veterans can just show up?
Yes, they can just show up. If you're a veteran that has a problem with the VA that need to file a claim, we're also going to be having our state veterans officer, Randall Fisher. He will be on hand to be able to help the veterans with filing their claims and also looking at problems with their claims. So we really want those veterans to feel comfortable to come out and talk to him and other people that we have available there.
It's a good opportunity.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For coming.
Good luck
Thank
with
you so
it.
much.
And thanks for your service.
Thank you.
Coming next, it's not something that you probably want to think about, but it's important, and that is your cat's health if you have one.
Coming up, we're talking with Dr. Butch Schroyer about dental disease and what you can do about it. Next on WKYT.
Hi everyone, Amber Kanoy here for MomsEveryday.com on WKYT. Moms, let's take a moment to discuss the importance of reading to our children early on. According to Reading is Fundamental, even at just a few months of age, a child looking at pictures in the book, listening to sound of your voice, and pointing to objects on cardboard pages could be the beginning of that child learning the importance of language and reading. Reading books aloud to our children stimulates their mind and expands their world. So that's just one way we can make a commitment now to instill in our children a love for reading and learning. It may pay off later, helping qualify them for merit-based scholarships funded by the Kentucky Lottery, known as the KEYS Scholarship Program. Those scholarships are rewarded based upon their high school GPA, ACT, and even testing well in advanced placement programs. So make the commitment now. Start reading to your child daily if possible, because after all, the Kentucky Lottery is fueling imagination, funding education.
You're never far away from a new Toyota. Find the latest offers on your tablet. Check inventory on your phone. Toyota is everywhere you are at buyatoyota.com. Now, during Toyota's Anytime Anywhere event, get the bold 2016 Camry with 0 for 60 financing, plus $500 bonus cash. Get $1,250 customer cash or a $179 a month lease. So visit here and then come in here for your new Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Mohawk's new wear-dated nylon embrace carpet is soft, tough, and beautiful. And now affordable at 30% off. Hurry, these prices won't last long. Kevin's Carpets in Lexington and Georgetown. Well, you'd have to be crazy to buy flooring anyplace else.
Considering bankruptcy? Call Atkinson, Sims & Kermode. Start your bankruptcy for only $78 now. Dial 859. Call ASK for your free consultation.
Integrity. Character. Dedicated.
Committed to service.
To serve and to protect.
We are the men,
the women,
the present,
and the future.
The Office of the Fayette County Sheriff.
Join our team.
Turn back the clock around the clock with Merle Norman's anti-aging complex system. 94% saw an improvement in the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. 91% agree skin felt firmer around the eyes. 91% felt an improvement in skin smoothness. Ask about our latest anti-aging complex dry oil serum. Merle Norman. Your gift with the purchase of 2 or more Merle Norman cosmetic products.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. Follow WKYT on Twitter.
Welcome back in. Great to have you on WKYT. We have a lot of cat lovers out there, and have you ever found yourself asking what's wrong with your cat's mouth? It turns out that most cats do have some sort of dental disease or issue going on.
Yeah. Dr. Butch Schroyer with the Animal Care Clinic is here to talk about National Dental Health Month. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
We talk a lot about dogs. This is the cat's turn.
Yep.
Why do so many cats have mouth problems?
Well, dogs have them too.
Yeah.
It's just that cats tend to hide them better than dogs do.
And so many times when the cat might be a little bit off, it may be related to teeth. We know that almost all the cats have some dental disease by the time they're 3 years old. And so if your cat's 6 or 7 and you've never really had them checked, which they should be checked at least once a year, we prefer twice a year at the clinic, there may be something going on. You need to get them and have them looked at because it's relatively hidden many of the times.
Is there anything at home that you can look for?
Well, you're going to watch for the cat that maybe normally eats very voracious, and all of a sudden they may begin to pick their food up gingerly, or they pick it up and they drop it. One of the common things that we see are these teeth resorption lesions, sometimes called feline oral resorptive lesions, but TR is a nice, easy way to call it, tooth resorption. And it's kind of a cavity type of thing in the cat, but it's not like the cavity you and I have, and we really don't know what drives it. Some think it may be a viral cause, but the tooth begins to be eaten away, and that where it loses the enamel and the bone becomes very, very sensitive. In fact, as you might see a cat sometimes chatter their teeth, where they just that. And what's happened, that's a very painful tooth. In fact, is if we bring one in and examine them, and we take that little dental probe like the dentist does when he's checking your mouth, if we take that probe and go across a tooth and we hit one of those spots, it lights them up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, see at the pet store or at the vet, sometimes dental chews or whatever. Is that good?
The little greenies will help. We've got liquid, that stuff you can add to the water that slows the tartar, the building up tartars, that plaque that forms before the calculus. We've got it in a powder form so you can sprinkle it in dry foods. The little greenies and some of those types of things are designed to help mechanically move it off. There are foods designed to help push the food off the teeth. Everybody thinks, well, I can't have problems because I eat dry food. Well, that doesn't make any difference. We eat dry food and brush our teeth and we still have it. But there are foods that are specifically designed to help push that off. And it's not what it's made out of, it's how it's made.
All right, so it certainly should be part of an annual exam,
Absolutely.
or you said sometimes even twice a year.
I think twice
so
a year because it's inapparent and hidden. So if you're not having us look for it, you're probably going to miss it.
All right, Dr. Butch, thanks as always.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Love the cat tie. It's great.
That is a good one. All right, want to check in with Micah here before we go. As we first, it was a little warmer, I think, this morning, right?
Yeah, it actually felt really nice. We were mid to upper 40s this morning, even some spots right around 50 degrees. So it felt great this morning, but as we talked about this morning, it's not going to feel great the rest of the afternoon because we see these temperatures continue to decrease. Get into the rest of the afternoon, we'll get rid of the rain down toward the southeast if you're still seeing it, and bring in some cooler temperatures, mid-30s expected. Now let's talk about your evening and overnight and into tomorrow morning. Possible flurries here and there, not a big issue, but when you're waking up tomorrow morning, those kids going off to school, you're talking about 22 degrees walking outside, guys.
All right.
Okay, so you could do without a coat maybe this morning, but no more.
Yeah, you'll feel it.
Right.
The Young and the Restless is next, followed by The Talk at 2.
Our next newscast is coming up at 4. The news is always on at WKYT.com.
Great day.